have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
From that short break here with the talk of the town, family wills. We know that we've been seeing a lot of complaints. People die, that they do not know where things are going to be, how things are going to be distributed. And first of all, before we go into the topic of discussion today, family wills, let me first explain to you what is a will is. What a will is. Mu Luganda, it's a dami, oba ekiraamo. A will is a legal document that sets forth your wishes regarding the distribution of your property and the care of any minor children. If you die without a will, those wishes may not be carried out. Further, your heirs may end up spending additional time, money, and emotional energy to settle your affairs after you're gone. Yeah, that is a will is all about, is a legal document. But we have the legal document and then we have the oral will, where you're not going to write down stuff like that. You're not going to write to set forth where your children are going to be after you die, your bank account, your properties. That is the oral will. You're not going to say like the balances that are left there. That is the oral will. And we have the modern will, where you're going to write a legal document. So Byron, what do you think about these family wills?
First of all, you need to have property before you will.
You have auntie.
So what if you don't have property?
Sometimes, even though you do not have property, you can say, okay, I do not. Let me give an example of myself. Neither one has property, but I have my children. Then, so if maybe I'm going to die, I can say, I have an auntie who is living in the US. I can write it down.
Let's say you have nothing. So are you going to make?
I have friends. I have church.
So what are you saying? Like in your will, you say, "I've given my children to the church."
To the church.
But that's obvious. Even though you don't write a will, they will again take.
If you do not write a will, then they will take you for granted. Like they will be there like that, like orphans. But if you write a will that you're going to die, they will know. Okay, when Brenda was going to die.
Now,
church.
Who can make a will? I did some law a few years ago. Now the following people are permitted to make a will.
Who?
Under section 36, that is 1 to 4 of the Succession Act in Uganda. And every person of sound mind who is not a minor, a married woman who owns property.
A married woman?
Yes. A blind, deaf or dumb person, provided they know what they are doing, and an insane person during intervals where they are considered to be of sound mind. Basically, anyone that is above the age of 18 owns property and is capable of understanding their actions is at liberty to create a will. So you need to own property. The reason wills are there, I needed to first clear that you need to have something to leave for you to write a will. But going back to your question, you talked about what? Modern and what? Traditional?
Modern and traditional. And traditional, that is the oral. Like, there is no legal document. Like, there is no legal document to certify that I'm leaving my children for this and this. My bank account, I have this kind of money.
There are some
These
things
are
that
my
are
properties.
obvious. There are some things that are obvious. One, when you die, your property goes, even though you don't have a will, your property or whatever goes to your either your firstborn or your first son, depending on your culture, and it has worked for years.
That has left many families in shambles.
Why?
Because first of all,
do you know
when
why?
you die
Let me tell you. Do you know why they leave the family in shambles? Because of random uncles and aunties that want to steal your property.
And that is the problem without legal documents.
So it goes back to being selfish. We are selfish people.
We are not selfish people.
You are.
If you have a legal document, because with the legal document, you can what? You have a lawyer. You have a lawyer to take care of this legal document. Talking a uncle, because with traditional wills or with oral wills, it's the uncle who knows, like, okay, my children, this number and this and this number, these are the properties that I have, these are the bank accounts that I have.
Like you said, it's obvious, it's oral, it's traditional. The reason it was traditional is because it worked. If it didn't work, say they'd be talking about it today. If everyone did what they're supposed to do in terms of Byron has died, his children are there, you give the property to the children. And if they are, by the way, they are also beneficiaries of a will.
Yeah.
Not everyone, because you're my first son, you're going to take the will. No. That means that you need to be, there are particular beneficiaries of the will. One is legitimate children. There are children that are born to a legally married couple. Legally married couples, like I said last week.
You went to church.
You went to church. The
There
church
were
knows
witnesses.
you. 2 witnesses, and the government knows you. You received a certificate from Uganda Registration Services Bureau. So, legitimate children, which means the children born there. Not these children when you die and your random wives from somewhere else come and bring children. Those ones, yeah. But other beneficiaries also those children, but we don't leave them out because we love
You prepared a will.
Illegitimate children as well. These are children that are born to unmarried parents, but are recognized and accepted by the deceased person. Now, are recognized and accepted by the deceased. That means that before you were deceased, you recognized, everyone knows that, hey, you have a child with Gundi and Gundi.
Auntie, that is
now,
the reason for preparing a will.
Usually, yeah, men, they don't declare. So they usually find out on the day. They usually find out on the day. Yeah, there we don't.
So that is the problem of traditional will, because you're not going to come from wherever you are. We see stories, on life stories, on stories, like different stories, where the father died without preparing a will. The legal document is not there, and then these illegitimate children come out of the blue. They do not know them. They're coming from nowhere.
Like I said, selfishness.
It's not selfishness.
It is. Let me tell you why.
It is not selfishness.
Are you legitimate?
We can.
Like you said, you're illegitimate. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're illegal in a way. So it means you're trying to take something that is not yours.
But Byron, we can also
So
do
you're
that.
being
We
selfish.
can help ourselves. The children, okay, if you have the illegal children, you can put them in that legal will. The lawyer maybe has that legal will. That is like, we can get that help because you wrote them down before you died. Yeah. And if you do not have a will,
for that man, for him, what was the reason for not writing them down? It means the reason he was hiding, first of all, was because one, he was living in sin, so he needs to repent. If you're a man out there and you're living in sin, please repent. Declare your children from out
Byron,
of wedlock. Two,
I'm asking you, okay, on that point, I'm asking you, like, what if you're this kind of man? I'm not sure that there is a man who would want their children to root around that they do not have a family. First of all, because they have families, yeah, they are coming from, they have wives, they have children, maybe even they are recognized pastors. They are pastors, they are clergies, they are reverends, they are what?
That
so
have
that
children
fear,
out of wedlock?
Yeah, that fear
So
that maybe they are going
then
to,
that's your problem. Then it means they will suffer and they will start disturbing your actual children that are legal, that you legally married with your wife when you die. So that now they will start stealing property, people will start killing each other. Now you have left, it means you're a very foolish man, because you have left your family worse off than you intended. How about you come out now and say, by the way, family and friends. Even though you don't draft your will down, but you say family and friends. I have these families, right? I have 2 children from Mama Goody and 3 children from Brenda. So, yeah, I asked, these are the ones, and please make them known. If they are to divorce you, let them divorce you, but at least you have acknowledged. And you see, the thing is, what people forget is, society, tujukira, we remember. We usually remember. We say Byron had children with Brenda, had children with Flavia, and Ninsima, something like that. So, traditional, let's follow traditional things. If we actually follow traditional things, they wouldn't be fighting, because one, if your child is below 18, guess what? You're the uncle who is trying to fight. You're in charge until the child reaches 18. And when he reaches 18, you say, by the way, your father left you this and this.
Yeah, I don't think so, unless you do a will. But it is like on a scale of 100, Byron, without a legal document. On a scale of 100, it's usually like 1% where uncles are going to come up and they're like, your father left me this and this, so I'm handing them over to you. And
do you know the problem? The problem is we are sinners and we are selfish. We want it. If I'm an uncle, I'm like, I'm broke. My brothers left things for this young boy. Let me take that things. That's being selfish. You're a thief.
You're not a thief.
You are.
Okay, Kale, you're a thief.
Yes.
But we can overcome this with a legal document. You know that without a legal document, you have maybe bank accounts, you have properties, you just die out of the blue. Those things, without a legal document, even though you said orally, things like that, these things do not go to your family. They go to maybe the judges. Like failure to prepare a will leaves decisions about your estate in the hands of judges or state officials and may also cause family strife. Okay. That's the cause.
Okay, so what are you saying?
The thing is, because we are selfish as human beings, even the Archbishop talked about money. Money can sometimes be the root. I might be some person who is like, okay, I'm honest, I do all these things, I'm this kind of a person who really loves the children of maybe my sister, maybe my brother, But if I have that zeal for money, I can land myself into problems, or I can eat up these things because I want maybe to satisfy myself.
Okay. So in short, you're saying we need to document.
Yeah, we need to document, because you do not know the heart of this kind of person. But people can change. People can change.
I agree.
In one way or the other.
People change over.
Yeah, we need a legal document. Let's go into a short break. We are coming back with your calls, or you're going to be telling us what family wills. Have you ever experienced any problem with maybe your siblings, maybe your uncles, maybe your aunties? Have you ever had a story that family wills? Let's go into a short break. We are coming back. Don't go anywhere.
Do you know that you can now enjoy great enriching shows anywhere through the Family TV app? Here is how to download it. Open Play Store on your phone. Search for the Family TV app. Click Install. After installing it, open it and enjoy enriching content anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Family TV, enriching lives.
Do you have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
Seminary Namugongo invites applications for full-time, part-time and distance learning diploma and certificate academic programs in child development and children ministry, guidance and counseling, community development, Christian ministries, business administration and management, information technology, project planning and management, public administration, social work and social administration. Entry requirements for diplomas: one should have Uganda Certificate of Education and Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education with at least one principal pass and 2 subsidiary passes or the equivalent. For certificates, one should have Uganda Certificate of Education with a credit in English language or the equivalent. Uganda Matters Seminary Namugongo is fully accredited by the National Council for Higher Education and is affiliated to Uganda Christian University. The fees are affordable. For details, call 0392 174 957 or 0758 166 301.
Welcome to Coffee Production Tips, brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Uganda Coffee Development Authority is the government agency mandated to promote and oversee the coffee industry as a whole by developing research, facilitating coffee production and productivity, by training farmers on good agricultural practices, controlling the quality and improving the marketing of coffee for the benefit of stakeholders, planting coffee seedlings, mulching, training coffee seedlings, and stamping coffee. Farmers are encouraged to adopt good agricultural practices to get high yields, good prices, and better income from coffee. These tips are brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority.
Do you have a business that you are looking to grow? Advertising with Church of Uganda Family TV is the way to go. We are located on Church House, level 13, along Kampala Road. We offer favorable rates and an extremely creative production team that will work with you to take your business to the next level. To give us a ring, call us on 0781 084215 or 0750 655232. Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives.
that short break. Before we went in for a break, we were talking about modern wills and oral wills. Modern wills is a legal document where you're going to write that my children, I'm leaving them maybe with this estate. I have my 7 kids and this is what I'm going to leave for each of them. And then we have the oral wills where the parent just dies without talking about anything. Or when he talked about it, maybe with the paternal uncle, maybe with a paternal auntie. And at the end of it all, these paternal aunties or paternal uncles, sometimes they take things for granted and they want to steal from the kids. And Byron said it is selfish. So Byron, what do you think? Is it going to be like? Is it a problem where someone dies? Like, what is the help? What is the help of not writing a legal document?
What is the help of not writing
a legal document? Because I don't know why someone dies. Is it like people fear to write things legally?
No. One of the things that the reason why we don't like writing legal documents is because we are.
You are what?
So that I don't want to sound like a pastor, but it's because we are sinning. We don't want to tell the world that we have another family, because in the legal document you need to inform, first of all, your lawyer, but also you need to inform
Byron, I'm thinking
other people.
I'm thinking for a legal document, sometimes you do not need to bring on your uncles. You only need one person, that is maybe the judge or your lawyer.
And yes, but you see, you also need to inform people. So it means it brings out the light. When you put these 2 acres, because you're less responsible, I'm going to give you 1. This one, I'm going to give them 5. You get, and you make it legal. So what happens is, the reason I don't think you need a legal document is when you sit down in your family, particularly when they are old, and you tell them the thing and say, guys, I'm giving you Kololo, I'm going to give you Nakasero. Now because you're a bad boy, I'm going to give you Nasana. You understand? So when everyone was there, so no one can say, you understand?
This is mine. Hey, so by the time you die, this knows that me, I'm going to take Kololo, this one, I'm going to take Nakasero one.
Exactly, because you don't need a legal document because they are old. If your children are above 18, you sit down and say, guys,
we need a legal document where things are written down.
Why?
Because you're going to die, and for humans, we are selfish. What you talked about. This one, they told you you're a bad guy, or you're a bad boy, or you're a bad child. What? He's going to come out and he's like Nedda, because he is bad.
But he can't say that because everyone was there.
It was not legal. It was oral. You just talked about. So guys, you can call on these numbers. Let me just read for you the numbers. On MTN it is 0787447684, and then Airtel you can write you can call on 0707465508.
As Brenda is telling you about these wills and why you should write legal documents.
Yeah.
What constitutes an say? You haven't seen children beating up their dads. You haven't seen children killing their dads. Exactly. So that is why you rather come out in the open and say, I'm not writing anything. This is it. You're taking this. You're taking this. If I die, lack of insanity. In the event that someone makes a will when they're in a state of insanity or madness, the will is considered invalid. If there are these people who go to the bar and say, I've given you my house. I've given you my car. You now can't.
Hey.
No. Now that will, it's very valid. You have orally said that you've given them the house.
How you see? When you talk about orally,
now
they're going to come back and they're like, where did we sign?
And what we are saying is, I'm not saying that you gave us an example of a will, right? This is a sort of will as well. Insanity, which means that you weren't in a good state of mind. So it's oral. And I'm giving you the things that constitute an invalid will. That's what I'm saying. And insanity and unsound mind. The will that's created by someone who is suffering from a grave illness or arising from drunkenness, what I was talking about, in that they are unaware of their actions, is invalid. So if If you have ever been promised a car, a house, a cow,
We've seen people being promised
in the
cars.
car, yeah, you're not entitled to it. You can't say me because you promised.
What if
me.
I have a thing? Maybe they give me a card there and then, yeah, that constitutes to be yeah, it can be valid.
No, I've just given. The law is here. You can't say it can be. That's what the law says. If you do all these things, it's invalid. So it has to be valid. AKA, call your people like me. I want to do, or which I advise. Call your being like. Why do you want to do things? A will when you want to do. Why do you want to do things in the darkness, Brenda? Why don't you want to come out and say the truth is, I have 10 children, all from 5 mothers. You
And that would be a problem if maybe I have those 10 kids and then I do the will legally. I do not need these kids to be there. All I need is a lawyer. When I die, the lawyer will come or the judge will come and they're like, okay, before your father died, this is what he or she left for you. And the reason why we do wills is that you can be clear about who gets assets, who can decide who gets what and how much. So with oral will, you cannot do that. You cannot know that this is the bank account and even the uncles that you've left for all these things.
Like I said before, it's property, Brenda. It's not money. It's not actual cash.
Until with the legal document,
property. So let me tell you, if I call, the reason I don't think I need a legal guy, if I call the chief of the village.
Chief of the village. Those are the people who are going to steal all those things.
No.
Because it is not legal.
If I call the chief of the village, I call my family, I sit them down and say, guys, this is the way
these are my things.
These are my things.
You're not going to sit down and think. Or orally. Sometimes you're going to forget. Or even with the bank accounts that you left, even the things, the properties, you're going to talk about with the lawyer, and the lawyer is going to give you a go ahead, like write this. This is how you write your will. This is how you to direct your properties to. This is the number of kids that you have. Like the lawyer is going to give you a mind to do all this and identify.
The take home in all this is, first of all, work very hard so that you get property. Because this conversation, work very hard so that you get property. Because this conversation might not be very important to you if you don't have property to think. So work very hard to get property.
But at least you have your children.
They are not property.
Hey, they can be a property. Now you do not have a property. For people who do not have a property, you can direct your property. Children.
First say children.
Children are not property.
Yes, they are not.
For people who do not have, you also I have maybe an auntie who is living in America. Maybe I have a church. Okay, let me leave my kids instead of being there like
I said before, you don't need a will for that. When you die, the children automatically sort themselves. An auntie will come and take them. Africans are like that. We really love each other.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, we do.
Got it.
I have not seen any person who has been orphaned and they have struggled. Either the church will take them on. They might struggle from where they are, but someone took them on. It wasn't.
Even I know of a family where the father died without a will, and he had talked to the uncle because they were like, okay, well, they were tight friends. But when the father died, ono uncle yajanaga matino, tata wa yangamba chino, but yet like the highest percentage, the father was rich. Ne highest percentage uncle yakola chi yajitwala, and then he said, tata wa matanaba kufa, ebintu ebisinga yakola chi yabindekera. So with oral wills, someone can.
So how do you know that the father actually left them with the uncle? How sure are you that they weren't with the uncle?
Like just the father came up, the father was telling them when nafa, because the father had telling the children. Was telling them that I'm going to die, like I have this kind of illness, but when I die, I'm going to leave you with the uncle. The uncle is going to be taking care of you. So when the father died, the uncle just came out and is like, you know, now you see what you said. You said
the father made it clear that when I die, the uncle will be taking care of you. So it means that he didn't say that I've given you all my property. No, he said the uncle will be taking care.
And he will be taking care of you. That means, Tino, with oral, someone can claim the property of this
No,
person.
that's what the guy said. It's oral, like you said. He said the uncle will be taking care of you, which means I've left him with my property. He's going to use my property to take care of you.
Not someone can use that as an advantage.
I'm using your example. That's what you said, right? And you're now going to contradict yourself. You say that the guy said
we'll be taking care of you, not the property.
The guy will be taking care of you. How will he be taking care of you? Is he your father? Of course, I'll leave you with something so that you take care of my children.
And even the children, all of the kids, they were grown up to take care of themselves. The uncle was there, okay, to direct them. But at the end of it all,
so why did he say, well, if they can take care of themselves, why did he say, I'm leaving you with your uncle, let him take care of you?
Actually, he thought.
Exactly, that's what he thought. So oral tradition. Let's do it traditionally.
Let's do it.
But also tell us what you think.
The modern way.
Tell us what you think in our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at COU Family TV, where we'll be discussing. The conversation continues there, and you'll be telling us what you think about wills. Should you make it? How old should you be? Should you? We have already said above 18, and you have property. Property is property.
Yeah.
A car, a house, land.
Bank accounts, like the balances that you're left with. Yes. Actually, even you see, Byron, when you do it the modern way, like even the hairs do not get the hairs. Those are the masika. It is in V. It is like the hairs. They get time to access all these things. Like it is easier for them to know. Okay, this is the property that my father has. This is the